Good evening, everyone, and welcome on back to baseball here on youtube.com/Shawnosaurus Here on that Mariners pitcher is looking pretty. Isn't looking pretty. No, it's not. But we're not going to watch him. We're not going to worry about him today at all. Kind of not a great pitching matchup. Welcome on in to some baseball here on the channel. I'm streaming MLB 11, the show, 5 nights a week. Sometimes 6 nights if I miss a stream. You know the drill. Let's jump in. We have 4 games for you today. We have a couple of storylines. So we have the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. These teams face each other 6 times over the next 10 days, and they are kind of close in the standings here in the East. So that is interesting. The Red Sox are 4.5. No, they're 3.5 back at the Blue Jays. So if they get a good run here over the next week or so, the Red Sox do face, like, one of these teams faces the Angels somewhere in there. So that one's kind of interesting. The Braves and the Phillies, kind of a similar situation where the Phillies and the Braves, they're separated by 3 games, and the Marlins are in the mix as well. Then we have the Guardians and the Twins, who are the top 2 teams in the American League Central. The Royals are back there as well, who we will see in the final game. That was a random wheel spin pick, so we'll get these top 3 teams in the American League Central. Let's jump in with our first game and get things rolling. Red Sox, Blue Jays for game number 1. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Good to see a walk-off, by the way. Got game awards happening tonight. But Jeff made a real weird joke about something happening with him and Miss Piggy, so I don't know. It's a weird show. It's not my favorite show of the year. I don't think the announcements have been that exciting, but I'm also not a big Star Wars guy or Baldur's Gate guy. So, anywho, we're worried about the baseball here in Fenway, which I almost called Wrigley Field. 2 very different stadiums. The Red Sox are 15-17. The Blue Jays 18-13. Both of these teams would need the Yankees to come back to them a little bit, as they might beat each other up and give the Yankees an opportunity to get a little more ahead of the division. I believe it's Toronto that has a series against them later. So that could be interesting. I think it's toward the end of June. Johnny Damon is leading things off in the designated hitter spot. Derek Jeter's the shortstop. Miguel Cabrera at first. Andre Ethier in right. Xavier Nady, Xavier, left field. Mike Aviles. He's the third baseman. Carlos Santana behind the dish. Juan Uribe, second baseman. And Lorenzo Cain in center field. There are a few names that I can't look at and say. Brian Mastas, 3-1 with a 5.06 ERA, 6 starts, 16 innings. What in the flub? Moist Critical is live streaming the Game Awards. I watched a little bit of it. Any thoughts? 18, 13, 15 hits, walks, strikeouts. 16 innings was the thing I could not say. I get to watch myself replay it and watch myself stumble over the words. So it'll be a lefty facing the lefty, Johnny Damon, who will take a strike on the outside for a ball. What? I might be more tired than I realized. He took a strike on the outside for a ball. Sean, buddy, come on. You got to get it together. It's 0-1. Swung on and missed there. 0-2. Moist Critical's in dispatch, isn't he? That one's well inside. The chanting overrated. That did not end well for the Mariners last time. That is hit fair up the first base line, but the first baseman covers. Tosses to the pitcher, and it's out number 1. Derek Jeter is batting .300, but some zeros there? Well, what were those stats there? Thinking about dispatch, got a little locked in. Yeah, no home runs, no RBIs from your number 2 hitter. That is wild. that is the thing about this Toronto Blue Jays offense. We mentioned it last time we saw the Blue Jays, then they went off for like 4 or 5 runs or whatever it was. But this offense has been, on paper, it feels like it should be very, very good, but in practice, it just hasn't been that interesting. Needed dispatch. Nothing impressed me. It was bad, but it wasn't that entertaining either. I mean, that's the Game Awards. Did dispatch. It's the actual. Oh, okay. I feel like that's the Game Awards every year, though. It's like it's not. Sometimes it's bad. I don't know. It's just it doesn't. I'm not here to complain about that. I promise. We're here to watch a 15-year-old baseball game. Miguel Cabrera batting .433. There's a man with some RBI. 15 RBI, 4 home runs. 3 of his home runs were grand slams, and one of them was a 3-run blast. Cabrera takes a low for a ball, 1-0, and that time it is the correct call by your host. Lefty gets ready and fires. That is in for a strike. Thank you, YouTube, for letting me know that I'm streaming on my own channel. I appreciate it. Can keep an eye on Wario 64. Oh, Street Fighter movie trailer. That's hit to the third base side. Nice play there, and makes the throw in time. Gang of Dragon. We're getting set with the Boston Red Sox. The lineup here: Christian Liu in center field, Wes Helms in third, Jason Hayward in right, Carlos Lee in left, Benji Molina's behind the dish, Justin Smoke is at first, Jason Bartlett at shortstop, Jorge Cantu at the designated hitter spot, and Blake DeWitt at second base. Oh, Control, that was leaked. Screamer, I saw that was on pre-order for Xbox today. Can't believe Exodus isn't coming till 2027. Don't talk to me. Warlock Dungeons and Dragons 2027. Don't talk to me. Cole Hamels is 2-2 with a 4.91 ERA. 6 games, 14.2 innings pitched, 19, 10, and 9. We watch 40-year-old baseball games all the time. Why not throw in a 15-year-old video game? That's true. That's a good point. We were talking about it a little bit in chat yesterday, but I'd love to see MLB a little more like throwing up full games on YouTube in the off season. I think actually like a lot of the leagues should do that more, but I do like some of the MLB like throwback hidden gems or whatever it is. They're not full games; they're just 20-minute highlight things. But it's cool to go back and get like just a little taste of it. 0-2. I tried to look up the first ever Mariners game, but I don't know that it exists in video form. I don't know how interesting a reaction to a radio broadcast would be. One and two. Is this the first time that we've seen Christian Liu bat from the right side? And that's going to go right back to Hamels. He'll fire over to first in time for the out. We've had to have seen Boston. We've seen the Red Sox a bunch. We've had to have seen them face a lefty at some point. But I guess that doesn't have to happen. I believe it is the second time in a row that we see Boston facing a left-handed pitcher, and they take David Ortiz out of the lineup when that happens. That is swung on and missed. 0-2. With one out here in the first. That is hit well out to center field. But it's caught in that funky 420 corner. The blazing corner, they call it. No one calls it that. No one has ever called it that. That's out number 2. Allowed out number 2. Jason Hayward will step in. Here's the wind and the pitch inside. Ball number 1. That one's outside. No, but they should call it the blazing corner. They should. 2-0. That one's fouled away. Let's make it 2-1. Well, I had to clap, so. Pitcher covers first, but it doesn't matter. That ball really stayed in the air. First baseman makes the catch in right field, and that will do it. So Ethier, Nady, and Aviles. I think that's it. Aviles? I can't look at it. My brain. It's rare that I overthink things, but here we are. So for the second inning in a row, they will start with a lefty-lefty matchup. That looked like it was a pretty good pitch, but must have broke late. 1-0. Oh, Lego Batman Legend of the Dark Knight or whatever. Legacy of the Dark Knight. No release date? I love a Lego game. Unironically, one of my most anticipated games of 2026. Here comes a pitch from the lefty. It is going to get into right field. It looked like the second baseman had a pretty good shot at it, but that weird animation where he just runs past it. Not timed up correctly at all. So we have our first base runner. That is Aviles. You had it right the first time? Okay, cool. We're improving. That's all you can ask for sometimes is just like, can you like be better than you were yesterday? It didn't get off to a good start. I mean, saying he takes a strike for a ball was not great. But we're all hyped up. Something happened between Miss Piggy and Jeff at the Game Awards, you know. We're riled up. We're fired up. That is hit to the shortstop. He scoops it cleanly. The turn is successful. And that is a double play. Erases the hit immediately. And boy, those little, like, slow ground balls coming into the second baseman or into the shortstop's glove, you're like, is this going to be the bobble? It's like a 50-50 animation. Boom, the heater. I put on some fajitas so you could throw the heater. Here comes from the lefty. Ooh. And we'll call that a check swing. Pitch stayed outside. It was a ball. 1-0. Ooh, gets the inside part of the plate with a strike call there. Ooh, May 29th. We got a release date for Lego Batman. May 29th. I can pre-order it now. Absolutely. All right, that'll be it for the stream. I got to pre-order Lego Batman. That is hit. Shortstop. Another clean grab and fires over to first in time. So the lone hit of the inning is erased by the double play. And it will stay 0-0. Yes, hat reveals a hat. Let's go! When is May 29th? That is a... Oh, it's a Friday? Perfect. I'll put that on my list. We'll throw it on. It'll be game number 18 on my notepad list that I already have for 2026. That pitch misses low. That stays outside. 2-0. Second time he's fallen behind a batter with a 2-0 count. Interesting to see the number 45 on not Pedro Martinez. They commonly do... That's rolled over. That is a brutal way to get an out. Commonly do wear their hats under their batter's helmets. Oh. Not that odd to see. Oh, okay. Never mind. I genuinely thought it was just that they were like, we don't want to... I thought it was a video game trick that seemed weird, but okay. It's in for a strike. That's a little bit of a surprising call. Looked like it was off the plate, but he gets the call. Because, like, it's always weird in, like, Madden. It seems like they don't want to shape the player's head without the helmet on. It always looks very odd. So I assumed because it's a late-stage PS2 game that they were like, we're not shaping any heads. They're always just wearing hats, and we don't care how it looks. We're selling 8 copies of this game. We're doing them a favor by even putting it out anyway. I think this game only sold 150,000 copies or something like that. This has to be like the definition of a roster update. That's fouled away. So neither team can get anything going here. Toronto with the 1 hit. Boston still hitless as we are quickly into the bottom of the second inning with 2 gone. That's well outside. Into the other batter's box. That makes it 1-1. Lefty gets set, ready to fire. That one stays upstairs. 2-1. Pitch is in, and that's going to the 379 corner. That is automatic double? Yeah, okay. Okay, I've not seen that before. Wow. Huh, I wonder how often that happens. That can't happen that frequently. For it to glance off the green monster to... Weird. All right, 2 outs. Opportunity here for Boston. They could take a lead late here. The runner in scoring position. That pitch just outside. It'll be 1-0. I actually like that pitch selection, and I like that he went to the outside. If the batter swings, he's not going to get much on it, and he can get out of the inning relatively easily. That one gets the outside part of the plate. 1-1. So he wants to come inside here. 2 pitches on the outside half. Ooh, big swing and a miss. Stayed low. Got him to swing over the top of it. It's the line in MLB The Show 25 where they're like, he's been pitching him inside. I really think the outer half is open, except for it's the opposite. Really think the inner half is open. Here comes the 1-2. And he gets him on the outside. That was what he wanted on that first pitch. Gets it on the fourth. And it is strike three. One hit for each team, but they can't do anything with it. Santana, Uribe, and Kane coming up for the Toronto Blue Jays. This has been an efficient game so far through the first 2 innings. That is foul up the third base line. Makes it 0-1. And that makes it 0-2, so drives it into the ground and then goes sky high to the opposite side. And swung on and missed, so got him in a real swing mode there. That'll set him down. Juan Uribe. Uribe? I really like pronouncing the U, apparently. U, rather than U. Here comes from the lefty. Big swing and a miss. Pitch and swing and contact out to left center field. That'll hit off the green monster. He will make the turn around to second and in sliding safely. So a double, a one-out double, gets the Blue Jays a runner in scoring position. Lorenzo Cain, ooh, my goodness. He can't have a ton of plate appearances. Either way, a 500 average is pretty impressive. And every time I say that, of course, they will do nothing at the plate. That one's up high, or upstairs for a ball. 1-0. And tries to get that to go up the third base line, but it'll sail foul. 1-1. One gone here and a scoreless top of the third. Runner on second for the Blue Jays as that sails inside. Ball number 2. Oops. Here comes the pitch from the lefty. It's fouled away. Jammed him a little bit and got that ball to pop out of play. That is skied into center. Oh my goodness, they're going to go for third. That was a horrible idea. Just kidding. It was the perfect idea. I did not realize how bad the throw was. Christian Liu, what are you doing, buddy? You've been so good. All right, so Johnny Damon will face the lefty for a second time with a go-ahead run 90 feet away. That is in just on the inside. He gets it for a strike. That one misses the zone. Oh, wow, okay. Tries to throw to get the back pick going there. Heads up play by the catcher just in case he didn't get back in time. A nice job blocking it as well. 1-1. Oh, Damon with an aggressive swing there. He said 1-2 and what was likely a ball. Oh my goodness, and he took, I mean, you got to flip those swings, Damon. That's a brutal way to lose Lose the runner at third. Cantu, DeWitt, and Lou coming up. There's a really aggressive send. They got the benefit of not a great throw from Christian Lou in center field, but pitcher comes through with a strikeout, I should say. Lefty winds and gets a strike call at the knees. It looked a touch low to me, but I'm not the umpire. Merely a man who is confused. Just absolutely whiffed at that. That was a funky play. We haven't seen one of those in a while where the catcher just flat just goes to scoop and the ball goes right past him. If you're going to do that, you might as well do it with nobody on. Oh my goodness, a big old swing and a miss. So Blake DeWitt will step up. Not a great looking average. As he winds and fires. You're going to call that a strike. Not sure if that's on the swing or if it's just at the knees. It's another one of those odd pitch locations. I take a look at the stream. Looked like it got the knees there. That will be hit out to center field. It will just be a single. But a nice job to get on base regardless. And now Christian Lou can come up. If he hits it to the... what'd I call it? If he hits it to the blazing corner. Really appreciative of you putting that in chat so I can look at it and go, yeah, that's right. That's the joke I made. I was like, did I call it? What did I call it? I call it Weedsville? That doesn't sound right. Hey, good eye on that as that stays too low. And it'll be ball number one. That is low as well. 2-0. So Lou looking for the walk-off hit here. Good way for Boston to get the blazing corner. Thank you. Oh, wow. They did not give him the animation. They're going to go first to third. He's hustling. The throw is solid. He's out. He was just a little too... the runner just was not quick enough. I'm shocked that they sent him around second. It's a great throw in. He's absolutely out. Looks like he got that back foot. Was he out? I said that with a lot of confidence. You can take a look at the replay. But the thing about it is, like, this ball does not get deep enough. It's a grounder up through center, or up to center. By the time the ball hits the glove, he's 2 steps off second base. Take a look at it. You kind of think maybe he's going to get in just based on that. No, looks like he might have the leg there. Front leg, maybe? Come on, back off, please. Yeah, he has that front leg. Okay. I mean, depending on how this at-bat goes, they probably should just have the 2 runners first and second. He'll roll that up the third baseline. It's foul. Here comes the 0-1. That one stays upstairs for ball 1. That misses low for ball 2. Feel like there is way more outs at third in MLB The Show than in real life MLB. Yeah. This game definitely feels like the quirkiest version of MLB The Show. That's fouled away. I am very surprised in the consistency with the aggression. Oh, it's caught on the fly. And that likely, well, I don't know how it would have worked as far, it doesn't matter. Does not matter. It's a nice diving catch off the first base line. We are going to the first extra innings game that we've had in a while. We have been kind of blessed, honestly, with some of the shorter streams lately. But we're heading to extras. It's Derek Jeter leading off here for the Toronto Blue Jays. He will. Oh, that's going to go off the glove. He had that timed up perfectly. It'll now be a single for Jeter. I can't imagine they would call that an error, but you never know. He timed that up really nicely, and then it was just off the glove into right field. That stays outside. That is on the outside for a strike. Oh, good. They're making a third Forest game. Oh, no. Oh, no. There's 2 Tomb Raider games. Tomb Raider Catalyst confirmed for 2027, and then Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis coming 2026. You know what? I'm really looking forward to watching Bruce Green and his friends play the new Forest game. Because, boy, we tried to play Forest 1 on PlayStation 4, and it was a miserable experience. 2-2, 1 on, nobody out. That's a swing and a miss, so... Andre Ethier. 1 for 1 with a single. Sons of the Forest was what that second one was called. Never came to console. I wonder, I don't even know, I think it might have been an early access game on PC, honestly. I don't know if it ever came out. But they're making Forest 3, so that's good for them. Alright, here's the 1-0 pitch. That is low for ball 2. And that'll be in for a strike. I like the take there. 2-0. Let him throw a strike. If it's in a good spot, go for it, but you got that right on the inside edge. You weren't going to do a whole lot with it. They're going inside yet again. He takes a swing at it. It's foul up the first base line. And he's foul up the first base line. And that's foul up the third base line. Changing it up a little bit, keeping us on our toes. Doing a nice job staying alive with 2 strikes. Scoreless game here in the top of the 4th. And a good pitcher, a good eye to lay off that one. Three and 2. Here comes the payoff. They are going to call that strike 3. Don't think he went, so they must have called it on the pitch. I don't know, maybe he broke the plane. Either way, it's out number 2. Xavier Nady. Looking for that go-ahead swing. That one stays outside. Runner dives back safely to first. That is rolled up the third base line. How aggressive do they want to be on the base paths? It'll be at least first to third. There is no chance they send him around. Actually, it was a pretty close play. I always forget how close the Green Monster is. It actually makes it genuinely tough at times to play in Boston. We get a series a year because we use the Mariners and current day MLB The Show games. I'm never quite sure how to play the Green Monster. How aggressive do I want to be on the base paths? All that sort of stuff. That one's fouled away. So 2 runners in scoring position here with 2 gone in the top of the 4th. Blue Jays looking to get ahead late. That one's inside for a ball. That is going to get into left field. It'll get down. They will send one and hold the second. So 1-0 Toronto. I like that the outfielder played that on a hop. I mean, I don't think he had a shot to do anything with it other than just play it on a hop. How close was it? We can take a look. Bam. I mean, maybe. It's not a good plan. That's why I appreciate that he just took the safe play. Don't let it get out of hand. Probably not going to get to it, but maybe. But what if? Swung on and missed. And that'll be popped up. Wow, that started on the third base line and is going to drift 20 feet in. There must be some heavy wind today. Toronto picks up the first run of the game. It'll be up to Hayward, Lee, and Molina for Boston if they want to keep this game going. Hayward's 0 for 1. We're going to check that wind in the pause. Yeah, 15 miles an hour wind. That checks out. Some of the more extreme wind that we've seen so far this season. That is outside for a ball. He pitched Hayward very carefully last time Hayward was up. Fell behind 0-2. That one gets the bottom of the zone. Ooh, new Diablo 4. April 28th. Oh, man. Cool. Diablo 4 is a good game. Here comes the 1-1. That is a nice pitch. Makes it 1-2. That is fouled away to stay alive. Don't know that that's going to be strike 3, but this umpire's been a tad loosey-goosey with it. Oh my goodness, Hayward with one swing ties it up. It is now 1-1. Got all of that one. Off the lefty pitcher as well. Wow. Oh, they didn't know how to animate those weird poles for Fenway. So they're just non-contact objects. Yeah, they'll phase through, whatever, who cares. Carlos Lee is 0 for 1. All right, so now Boston looking for the walk-off run. A good job responding in the bottom of the fourth. Of course, as soon as I compliment this game for its tidiness, it goes, whoa, hold on. Thought about swinging. Able to pull it back. That misses low. That's fouled away. That stays inside. Almost gets him, but doesn't. Maybe if he stood in there, he just took it. That pitch made it 3-1, so here's where the batters tend to get real aggressive. And that is what he does. Gets under it a little bit, it'll go out to right field. Right fielder patiently waits, takes a couple steps back, and makes the catch for out number 1. So Benji Molina, and that's the danger, and why that 3-1 can be such a weird pitch. Just feels like they get a little too amped at times. I mean, it was a good pitch to hit, but lefty misses the zone there. It's 1-0. Pitch stays high to make it 2-0. That pitch is in for a strike. 2-1 now. Boston's been pretty patient at the dish. Paid off for to the tune of a solo home run. That is hit up the middle into center field. Shortstop did not get the best jump. The dive, which made the dive a little bit late. But he put a nice swing on it, and it's a 1-out single. Now, if this game had, like, real smarts and understood that this was extra innings, it would probably bring in a pinch runner. But instead, we will get a visit to the bullpen. Mahika? Okay. Edward Mahika comes in. I had no idea what the last name was, so I made sure to listen extra good. 10 games, a 1-1 record, 2 saves, 1.32 on the ERA. 13.2 innings pitched, 2-14 walks to strikeouts. That is a really good ratio. You're gonna they put him in motion? They made him steal? He wasn't even close. He's out by 15 feet. What? It's not 15 feet. That's an exaggeration. Boston. They are snatching defeat from the jaws of victory right now. Goodness gracious. I don't understand. I don't know why you would make that decision. This game is so odd. They're like, yeah, just throw him into motion. Sure. What's the worst that could happen? That'll be sliced and an out. So, we will head to the top of the fifth. 1 run scored by each team. Each team now with 5 hits. Through 4. Uribe, Kane, and Damon. As the lineup will flip over. Coming up for Toronto. But it's just so weird the way Boston's been working. They sent the runner from first to third, which wasn't a great play. That was an abysmal steal attempt. Bad outs on the base paths. That'll be rolled over. Shortstop scoops it up cleanly and fires in time for out number 1. And they will head to the bullpen. They'll bring in a right-handed pitcher. It'll be Guillermo Mota. I know how to say it, and I just look at it and I go stupid. 10 games, 2-0 record, 2 saves, 2.45 ERA, 11 innings pitched. Guillermo. See, I can say it fine, I just can't look at it. 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. See what he has on offer. It's interesting because they're going to give him a righty, and then Damon is a left-handed hitter. That pitch is outside for a ball. Lenny Kravitz is the villain in First Light, which was leaked via a tweet from Lenny Kravitz today. That pitch is in for strike number 1. I mean, if this game, as long as this game keeps going, we can cover the game awards, and it doesn't poison anything else. That's rolled over. First baseman. Boy, it touched the tip of the glove, and he stood straight up. So Johnny Damon's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. First time he'll be looking at a right-handed pitcher today. That one's fouled away. That is inside for a ball. 1-1. Not by NBA 2K26 disc. Precariously balanced on top of a box of football cards. It fell over. Whatever will I do without it? It doesn't have any of the game on it. Except for the trading stuff, I guess. Damon swings and misses at a pitch low. And that will retire the side. So it'll be Bartlett, Cantu, and DeWitt coming up. Boston yet again looking for a walk-off hit. They've been looking for that now 3 innings in a row. When it's tied at 0, tied at 1, and still tied at 1. Gets it in for a strike. Makes it 0-1 as we are in the bottom of the 5th inning. This game cruised along through the first 2. Slowed down over the last 3 or so. That is rolled over. It's going to hit the shortstop's glove. Fielded on a hop, but not in time. Safe. It's a nice play on either side of that. It's a good pick by the first baseman. It's a good effort by the shortstop. Just kind of winging it, hoping that it gets there, and it did. Just it wasn't quite in time. Or was it? This game's already running long. Why not look at it with the super advanced mechanics of a 2011 game replay? It's rolled over. It's a nice throw. Okay. So. Oh boy, that's as tight as it gets, huh? Wow. His foot's probably on the bag there. I don't know. His foot hit before the sound hit, but that's not always the fairest determiner. That misses low for a ball. Could be the start of something big for Boston here if they could win a few of these games. I think they'd probably want to take 4 of the next 6 that they have against Toronto. And they're going to need to play well in that middle series. Try and get back into the AL East race. But depending on who they're playing, they might be able to make up some ground in the wild card hunt. That is a strike on the outside. Batter looks at the umpire. Not thrilled with it. Nods at him. And he'll roll over that one foul at the third baseline. Oh, man, he's going to punch that out to center. There is no reason for them to go first to third. It's a nice throw in. It's not a great pitch. That caught a lot of the plate. Blake DeWitt is 1 for 1 with a single. Yeah, it stayed up. Probably thankful it was just a single rather than being crushed into the blazing corner. As that misses outside, ball 1. You're going to put a runner in motion, and that's fouled away. So looking for a little bit of a hit and run. Might be a good opportunity for the pitcher to check on the runners. The rare time that I will ever say that. That's rolled over. That'll be out number 1. Back to first. He is safe. He is safe. Couple of tight plays. Here it comes back. He was out. Are you kidding me? He was out. Oh my goodness. He's out by half a step. Oh, it's a brutal call for the Boston Red Sox. Bam, there's the noise, there's the gap. Wow. Boston with a huge break. Hey, thanks for getting your head right in the way there, guy. Rude. Don't you know I'm looking at a replay? Okay, let's see how that affects the rest of this game. Because that is a huge missed call. With only 1 out, Lou can drive him in with a sacrifice fly now. That's rolled over. It's going to go to second, and Lou beats it out. Did he? What's the call? What is happening? That's the game. Boston wins 1-0 on a walk-off. They failed to convert 2 double plays. And we're not going to be able to look at a replay of it. Oh my goodness. Did he get there? It cut away so quickly. So it goes to second. It's not a great throw. Okay, he was very safe. Yeah, it's a really bad throw. No chance at the relay. I think I see the ball there. Okay, we're good. I mean, it definitely lost Toronto the game. because they had to rely on another double play, whereas that should have been out number 3 and they get out of it. I forgot to look at the stats, but I should be able to pull them up here. Being very confused. Your player of the game was Jason Hayward. He had that game-tying home run, 1 for 2 day for him. And then... Oops. Guillermo Mota picks up his 3rd win of the season. He's 3-0. Edward Messina? I forget how to pronounce it. I did listen. I tried. He falls to 1-2. Hayward with his 3rd home run of the season for the Boston Red Sox. So, that game goes deep, and we will head to Braves and Phillies. Braves 3 games behind the Phillies. So a big series there. They can pick up a couple wins here and close that gap by just a touch. That would be, I'm sure, super helpful for them. Phillies have had a lot of games on the road, 19 on the road. They've only had 13 at home. The Braves have had 19 at home and 13 on the road, so maybe not the big gap that I thought it was. So I'm trying to get this set back to where it needs to be. Thanks everybody for hanging out. If you haven't already, hit the video with a thumbs up. I appreciate it. It's Atlanta taking on Philadelphia, 18-14 versus 21-11. Philadelphia has been one of the best teams in the league all season long, though they have been less dominant over the last couple of weeks. Elvis Andrus leads things off for the Atlanta Braves at shortstop. Howie Kendricks in second, Josh Hamilton in left, Andrew Jones out in center field. And then we have a big lefty lane of Matt Joyce in right, A.J. Przinsky the catcher, Ross Glode the designated hitter, Mark Tehan. Third baseman, and Gabby Sanchez at first. Kyle Laus? 1-4 with a 4.60 ERA. Oh my goodness. Okay, give me some time to read it. I was on top of it-ish. Okay. Let's see. 4.60 it's ERA. 6 games, 15.2 innings pitched, 21-3-9 hits, walks, and strikeouts. I probably had enough time. I probably wasn't as attentive as I thought I was. That gets the bottom of the zone for a strike, and we are underway here. Game number 2 in Philly. NL East division rivals. That is rolled over to the shortstop. He'll pick it up and fire over to first, and that is out number 1. I mean, it's gonna be Expedition 33 for the Goatee. The question is, do I go buy the physical copy tomorrow for PS5? The righty winds and fires. Someone stays high and outside. Ball number 1. We never lose sight. Okay. I lost sight trying to read that ballooned text on a standard definition PS2 routed through HDMI, stretched and warped. That one's fouled away as well. That's foul. Thank you. Appreciate it. 1-2 with 1 gone. That's foul again. So staying alive, doing a nice job of it. Ooh, thought about swinging. No appeal down to first, and the pitch is low, so maybe try to use that aggression against him. I don't love when they get too cute, but maybe he can throw another pitch like that. Can he hold back? Oof. He did hold back. He just missed on the outside. I like that location, and I like that that pitch selection. It was competitive. That's the difference. Sometimes we see him just throw absolute garbage. Knowing that he had to fight that one off, rolls over it, but he's going to be to first in time. That was a much better throw and a way closer play than I thought it was going to be. Josh Hamilton steps in. 333 average. That's right. Soros already has a release. Oh, it got delayed. That game was March, I thought. I'm pretty sure I had that one written down. That one stays up. Maybe it was April 30th the whole time. I don't know if I wrote it down. Yeah, definitely got delayed. That one's fouled away. Went from March 20th to April 30th. Here comes the 1-1. That stays just low. Or just misses, I should say. Two and one. One runner on, one runner out here in the top of the first. And that is going to be punched out to left field. Does it have enough? It does. It just has enough. Boy, he needed about 364 feet, and he got 365 of them. Josh Hamilton's 100th career home run in the show, so congratulations to him. Second home run number 100 we've seen this season. We had a bunch of them on our team for the Mariners in MLB The Show 26. I think it was Julio, might have been Cal, Randy Arozarena, and maybe one other guy. Andrew Jones. Mitch Garver. I don't know how many. We hit a ton with him. God, I missed him. Separated his shoulder, and it felt like that just tanked the season. Oh, wow. Really got under that one. It's going to stay way up in the air. Gives the right fielder time to come over and make the grab right by the fence, and that is what he will do. But it's only out number 2, and the Braves have already scored 2. It sounded like he said Matt Jorts. Forgot to change the thumbnail. Oops. That one stays high. Did get a nice aggressive swing out of the previous batter who was very far under it. Why not try to double it up? I should, I have my phone in my hand. Sean, please, buddy. Good God. That stays outside. Let's download Returnal while I'm thinking about it. Was I wrong about Returnal? Nope, I had it. There it was. Gets the strike called. It's 3-1 with 2 gone. Yeah. And he'll roll over that one. Fills up the count. And he'll roll over that to second base. Scooped cleanly and fired to first. So Atlanta gets off to a good start. A 2-run home run that just gets out of the ballpark. Gives them a 2-0 lead. Philadelphia coming up for the home half. We'll get their starting lineup right now. Shin-Soo Choo, one of 3 lefties to start things off. He is the right fielder. Gregor Blanco is a designated hitter. Justin Morneau at first base. A couple of switch hitters in catcher Jorge Posada and center fielder Andres Torres. Ronnie Belliard is a right-handed hitter at second base. Fred Lewis, the lefty in left. Ramiro Pena, a switch hitter at shortstop. And Brandon Inge. He is the right-handed hitting third baseman. Get a peek at our starter here. We're locked in. We're ready. It's Mike Pelfrey. 4-1 with a 1.59 ERA. 6 games, 17 innings, 16, 8, and 12. Good numbers. You like that ERA a lot. If this is a game where you, as the Atlanta Braves, if you can get a lead, he is a good guy to have on with that, just with that ERA. I know he has a lot of hits and not the cleanest, stat line in the world, but what stat line is in this time of year. No, I didn't mean to close out of that. That misses for a ball. So 1-0 as the righty gets ready. That one just under it a little bit, and that will be out. Number 1. It was a good pitch to hit, but could not get the barrel to it. Gregor Blanco. Only 3 RBI for your 2-hole hitter isn't a number that you'd like to see. Of course, we don't see what he is able to advance. Say, Shin-Soo Choo was able to get on first base. Is he able to put him on third? Give your 3-hole hitter an opportunity. You know what, Sean? Maybe that wasn't the fairest thing to say. Did you ever think about that, sir? That stays outside for a ball. The righty is ready, and he fires that right over the heart of the plate, but not able to get enough on it, and that will be an out in center field. So quickly, 2 away. Justin Morneau with a 5-game hitting streak has that average at .352. His 3 home runs, 11 RBI on the season. Swung on and missed. So strike number 1. As weird as it sounds, you'd kind of like to see a shutdown inning from the pitcher here in the first. That is hit foul. Just get through it as quickly as possible. Get those bats back up while they're hot. That one, Morneau went and chased that hit a little bit. Or chased that pitch a little bit. Interesting to see him have a 5-game hit streak in a 3-inning game. But maybe he's doing some takes like that, and all of a sudden you get a good hitter's count. Not 1-2's not a good hitter's count, but here comes the pitch from the righty. It stays low for a ball. 2-2 now. Morneau waits, and that is foul. Just fouled the first base line. I think a swing like that is kind of why, or a pitch in that location is maybe why he has a 5-game hit streak. He's able to just contact it a little bit better. That will be to the shortstop. Shortstop fires over to first in time for the out. That will retire the side. Brzezinski, Glode, and Tian stepping in. I love how happy Glode is to be here. Saros up for pre-order. That's why I'm thinking about Returnal. Saros coming out next year. From Housemark. That's high for ball number 1 as we get started here in inning number 2. 2-0 Braves. Could be a big series for them. That misses low. And inside, ball 1. 2. Ball 2. Sean, ball 2. I know you're thinking about Returnal. You're thinking about Saros and Lego Batman, but you need to focus. Two and one the count. That is in for a strike. So 2-2 to the lefty. The righty winds and fires. We have a full count. Thank you, umpire. Everybody's ready, and here comes the payoff pitch. That is foul. Just foul. Just a little too much air under the ball. So we will reset and do another. That is to the first baseman. He will underhand it to the pitcher, covering, and that'll be out number one. So good, long, patient at-bat there. And a nice, easy play for the defense. There he is. Mr. Happy. Ross Galode. That stays outside. Just trying to clip that outside corner, but couldn't get it to break back over the plate in time. Ball one. That'll be hit right up the middle. He went to that same spot. So a single into center field. And Atlanta looking for a little more offense here. Jumped a little more inside. You can see it's a nice overhead angle that we got there on that swing. Just got a little too much of the plate. Recognized the pitch and put it into center field. So that'll bring up Tien. Oh, that's bad. Pops that up the third base side and caught in foul territory, so a quick one pitch out there. Must have thought, maybe it was the same pitch, it just didn't have the break that the previous ones did. That's a low and outside. For ball one. That one stays upstairs. Catches the top of the zone. Here comes the 1-1. It's inside for ball two. And that one's fouled off home plate. Waiting for it to come to a full stop foul. It was foul well before this, but not until I say it. I'm in charge of calling foul balls over here. Right on cue. Before throwing the 2-2, checks over on the runner at first. He is in safe as still 0 successful pickoff attempts. The 2-2 pitch is fouled away. And he will stay alive with 2 gone. Atlanta up 2-0 in the top of the second. A 2-2 count with 2 out. But only 1 runner on, and it'll stay that way as there will actually be no runners on. A good swing and a good sound off the bat, but right into the glove of the left fielder. Phillies still down 2-0. It's Posada, Torres, and Belliard coming up. Mila Jovovich is the next elusive target for Hitman, which just got, or is still doing the Slim Shady one. That's fouled away. One and one. So the lefty hitter at the plate. That is nice little base hit. Nice little base hit out to center. So a good start for the Phillies here in the bottom of the second. I think the most important out would be the second out for Atlanta. Just a one pitch out in foul territory. That's tough. Let's see what this Braves pitcher can do. Well, get a strike on the inside, so a good start to put the batter behind 0-1. That is hit but foul, so it'll make it 0-2. And a big swing and a miss. So that's a nice way to get out number one. See what kind of... It's a pitch that's low and inside. Obviously competitive enough to induce a swing, but just couldn't get a piece of it. Ronnie Belliard. I can't believe 2 failed double plays lost to the Toronto Blue Jays that game that we just watched. Because I was going to say, now, you know, Atlanta's in a good position to get a double play and to get out of this inning, but then you think about how just bad and inconsistent this game is at it. I mean, he was out by half a step. That's a challenge. Big swing and a miss there on a pitch inside. Makes it 0-2. And, oh my goodness, that was almost a brutal double play. Because of the jump by the first baseman, he's only able to advance to second. Came off the bat hot. It was a nice attempt at first, but just couldn't come up with the catch. So 2 on with 1 gone here. Fred Lewis, no home runs, but has knocked in 12. Not a very competitive pitch as it misses low. And that one gets the outside for strike 1. That's fouled away. That is going to be popped into foul territory up the first base line. And, okay, smartly no advance. Ramiro Pena coming up with 2 outs for the Phillies. 2 runners on. Looking to cut into that lead, perhaps tie it with a good hit into one of the gaps. That is going to be an out. That is caught on the fly. My goodness, a brutal turn of events for Philly. A quick out for out number 3, and then an out in foul territory for out number 2. It was looking good until it wasn't. Atlanta leads 2-0. Elvis Andrus is going to get things started for the Braves here in the top half of the 3rd. Clinging on to this 2-0 lead. We'll see if they want to see if they can, I should say. I'm sure they want insurance runs. We'll see if, is 2 runs enough? Do you need that 3rd and 4th run? It came in handy for one of the teams yesterday. That one was inside. If I look at my notes, I bet I'll be able to figure out what it was. It was Phillies Padres. Oh boy. So we had the Red Sox back-to-back days. And whatever. You know what? It happens. Don't worry about it. I love making up rules that other people probably don't care about, and then I'm like, how could you have done this to yourself? The games are interesting. The games are interesting. Oh my goodness. Hook that into next week. And that's going to be an out right to the first baseman. So that 3-1 count, biting some of these offensive teams as they're aggressive on the swings. I do like that shade of blue on the Philadelphia Phillies hat. I do like when they go like a little bit more like of a maroon, I think, rather than like a flat red. That is a strike in the outside corner. And that one's rolled over foul. So an 0-2 count with 1 away. And that'll be rolled out to second base. Fired over to first in time for out number 2. So this Phillies defense, I mean, Atlanta just barely got that home run. I kind of forgot how close it was that I thought about it for 2 seconds. Speaking of the man who had the home run, it's Josh Hamilton, 1-for-1 with a 2-run home run. But this Phillies pitching and defense has done a good job to not let this get any worse than just 2 runs. It's a bloop and a blast, and you're tied right back up in this game. Okay, I said a bloop and a blast for the other team, not a blast for you. Hamilton looks like he is locked in and ready. Oh, boy. He's giving souvenirs up the first base line, the third base line, into the outfield. He's a kind and generous ball hitter. Rolls over that one. It'll be out number 3. So Philly heads to the bottom of the 3rd, down just 2. Bloop, a blast. And a real missed opportunity the last time they were up with 2 on and just 1 gone. Brandon Inge stepping in. That one is hit well into left field, but the left fielder has plenty of room to work with. He'll take a couple steps back. It doesn't even get to the warning track before he's able to make the catch for out number 1. So a quick out for out number 1. Shin-Soo Choo steps in. 0-for-1 on the day. That is a strike to make the count 0-1. And that'll be a little pop out to left field. Left fielder getting plenty of steps in today. I don't even think Fitbits existed back in 2011, but he is getting a good number of steps. Hamilton kind of doing it all. He has the 2-run home run, a couple putouts in the third. His fingerprints are all over this game. Phillies now down to their final out here. That is outside and low, so double offensive. 1-0. Swung on and missed. Got under that one. Or swung under that one, I should say. That one's foul. Makes it 1-2. Philly down to their final strike. Trailing 2-0 here to the Philadelphia Phillies. That will be a hit to keep the game alive. That's a big time swing. There's your bloop. Do they have what it takes to get the blast? Dive just not well timed up by the shortstop. And Justin Morneau will step in. 345 average, 0 for 1 today. And that's fouled back to the backstop. 2011 Fitbits, maybe not. Oh, pedometers. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thought about swinging, didn't matter. It's a strike either way. Man, I forgot pedometers existed. Ball misses outside. All right, Philadelphia is down to their final strike again as that pitch misses horribly inside, if we're being honest. Makes it 2-2. And Morneau will put this into left field. Hey, shocker. Josh Hamilton records his third putout of the inning. In addition to his 2-run home run. Doing a lot of work out there. The Braves come into Philly, take game 1 of this 3-game set. 2-0. They'll get a little bit closer in the NL East. Yep, there's my notes. Yeah, they were trailing by 3 games. We're going to head to Minnesota to watch the Guardians play the Twins. Same situation there in the AL Central. Minnesota looking for a win against Cleveland to try and tighten up that AL Central race. But in both of these divisions, the NL East and the AL Central, there's a third team in the mix. They're just not playing the most interesting opponent. So Florida would have an opportunity to move up in the standings as well, as Mike Pelfrey gets the win. 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 strikeout on the day. Hamilton with his 7th home run of the season. Pelfrey gets win number 5. He's 5-1. Kyle Lohse gets a loss. He is now 1-5. So opposite records there as we load in. So we'll see what the Marlins did, because I did forget to update a couple of scores. And then after the next game, we have the Royals facing the Angels. So we'll be able to watch and see if the Royals can take advantage, say, of a a Minnesota win, or if they need the win to keep pace with Cleveland. All right, let's view today's games. The Athletics won 5-2 over the Orioles. Astros over the Cardinals 2-1. We watched the Red Sox over the Blue Jays 2-1. The Yankees take care of the Rays. To get win number 20, they win 2-0. White Sox over the Tigers 3-1. Giants over the Marlins. Okay, so there's your answer. It's a good win. It's an extra good win as the Giants win 1-0 in Florida. Nationals over the Mets 1-0. So that Braves win benefits them double because of that Marlins loss. So if you're a Braves fan, thank the Giants. We will head to Guardians Twins here. How are they that good? How are they 20-11 and they are literally dead last? Are you serious? What were those ranks? 29th, 28th, 29th, 28th. And they're number one in the AL Central? What is happening? That's unreal. I can understand, hey, maybe there's one spot of it that, like, doesn't make sense or, like, is pretty low, but it's compensated. Like, if you have a bad pitching staff, but you have a good offense or whatever, and you can kind of compensate that a little bit. I mean, you're just talking about a team that sucks all around, and they're still winning games. They've won 20 games. We're over here talking about how poor the Blue Jays are playing with their on-paper offense that's incredible. Here's your starting lineup for Cleveland. It's Julio Borbin, Victor Martinez, or he's in center. Victor Martinez is the catcher. Carlos Gonzalez in left. Jason Giambi at first. Kenneth Bolton in right. Eric Abar is the shortstop. Brent Morrill is at third base. Raji Davis at designated hitter. And really? There's two Istruises? What? Meiser Istruis. Oh, Miss Piggy's back at the Game Awards, everybody. She brought Rolf. So, Brett Myers is 3-3 with a 7.02 ERA. 6 games with 16.2 innings pitched. 23, 9, and 11. Truis? Istruis Dodgers? Cesar. Okay, so we're aware, we know him. Let's see, maybe he has... Oh, 1996. I read 1966 and I went, that's wrong. Oh, wow. Okay, so just right over that by the second baseman, huh? Cubs, Pirates, Cardinals, Orioles, Brewers, Nationals, Reds, Astros. Whew. 2014. Resides. 2 children. We'll check on the runner at first. Shoot, what was the... Okay, half-brother of... Oh, okay. All right. Angels of Anaheim and the Toronto Blue Jays. When was he? He was active from... That's at the top of the zone for a strike. Cleveland, non-drafted free agent, 1998. 2004. Oh. Play for the Expos, the Angels of Anaheim, the Toronto Blue Jays. As they put the hit and run on, that'll advance the runner to second. Huh. They put the same, like, piece of trivia for both brothers. Like, Cesar Istruis had a son that had a contract with the Seattle Mariners. And then so I looked at the half-brother, Maissier. And they're like, oh, his nephew played for the Seattle Mariners. I'm like, that's the same. What? That's hit well, but foul. It's just a weird. We have one fact about these two people, but good thing there's two separate Wikipedia entries. We can use it double. It's like they're writing a paper and they're like, I really got to fill this out to 12 pages. What if we just use the same fact again, but phrase it differently? Jason Giambi batting .233, 3 home runs, 7 RBI. So Minnesota trails Cleveland by 3 games here in the AL Central. That is a pitch that misses. This is maybe not the pitcher that you would want on the bump, as he has a fairly high ERA and he's already given up a couple of hits. Does have the 1 out, but it's not your favorite kind of out. That's a generous call on the inside. Swung on and missed. One and two. That'll be hit foul at the third base line. It's a good break for Minnesota. And he will take a cold strike 3. Wow. It's a nice pitch. It's a 4-seam fastball at 94 miles an hour. Just kind of locked him up a little bit. Must have thought that it was going to drift a little more inside. Kenneth Bolton will step up, excuse me. He's batting John 316. Cena, obviously. John Cena 316. You can't see me. That is a pitch in for a strike. That is foul up the first base line and absolutely destroying the limited frames that this game can offer. That was tough to look at. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes it's just like... I think there's a stadium or two as that's foul at the third base line. There's a couple stadiums in even the more recent shows where it just doesn't seem to hold its frame rate the way that it should. 0-2 with 2 outs. Pitcher winds and fires. That is hit foul yet again. So he'll stay alive. Miss Piggy apparently has been on the Game Award stage for 10 minutes. And a swing and a miss. So a nice job by the pitching to get through that. And they gave up 2 hits and then get some outs. Bing, bang, boom. We'll head to the bottom half of the first. Dexter Fowler, the switch-hitting center fielder, going to lead things off for the Twins. Chase Utley is at second. Kendry Morales at first. Marcus Thames, the left fielder. Yadier Molina is the catcher. Melvin Mora at third. Jason Michaels in right. Yunel Escobar at shortstop. And Lance Berkman, your designated hitter. That is your Twins lineup. As we are here in beautiful Target Field, the sun has set. Jorge De La Rosa is 4-1 with a 4.20 ERA. Just plays 6 games, 15 innings, 15, 9, and 18 on the strikeouts. It was a good strikeout number. It was 18, yeah. 15 hits, 9 walks, 18 strikeouts. That feels like we could be in for a long day for this Twins offense. But let's see what the lefty has on offer for us. Leans back and fires. That is, wow, they're going to call that in fair territory. I don't know why I made that sound. Ooh, wow. Whoa. Wow. I like seeing that, though. That is good aggressive defense that you like seeing from Cleveland there. You don't have to just take the foul ball. Like, get the out if you can. Twins look like they're wearing some throwback uniforms. So you can see they wear gray on the cover. That's outside. But it also looks like it's that pullover jersey. Is that one that the pitcher for the White Sox cut up? I hate this jersey. That's inside for a ball. Oops. That's outside for a ball as well. Three and oh, so the zone typically widens a little bit here. I don't think that was a case of that, but 3-1 either way, and now we could get some aggression from the batter. And it's weird how that it flips. We'll take a big swing at that. Probably lucky that he missed it. He was most likely going to drive that into the ground. It's a good pitch. Fills up the count, and we have a payoff pitch coming. Oh my goodness, and he will take a called strike 3 inside. So a good job there by the pitcher. Fell behind 3-0 and then able to work it back. Got a couple aggressive swings there and then just put it right where he needed to for a called strike 3. That will be looped into left center field. It's going to get past the diving left fielder. It'll be a double easily as it hits the wall out there. And the Twins in business here. Marcus Timms stepping up. I saw an article today that said that Alex Bregman likes Seattle. Oh, does he now? Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That is nicely tucked in the top of the zone there for a strike. Minnesota looking for a little 2-out damage here with a 1-1 count. Oh, man, I think you want that last pitch back. It looked like it was at a pretty good location. But it's a take and makes it 1-2. That one fouled back to the backstop. Stays alive. And it's right to the shortstop. Slid into third base for no reason, but it'll be Abar, Morel, and Davis coming to the plate for Cleveland to the top half of the second. Abar. The righty winds and fires. Swung on and missed. So 0-1. Twins pitcher settled down a little bit after giving up a couple of hits. Thought about bunting, but did not pull the bat back in time. It is a strike at the bottom of the zone. It is probably going to be a strike either way. I need to flex myself into saying at the knees rather than... Couple of called strike threes. They've been on the inside part of the plate each time. This one coming from the opposite-handed hitter. Just think it's going to just drift inside just a little bit more. A little bit more than it actually does. And that will set him down on strikes. So, Brent Morel. One out, nobody on. Big swing and a miss there. Looked late on it and under it. So it'll be 0-1 to start him off. That is hit foul. Horrible. That'll be rolled to the second baseman. It is scooped clean. He turns and fires. It'll be out number 2. 2 gone, everybody. Be sure to tell the grasshopper on your hat. Rashi Davis. That misses inside for a ball. So starts Davis off with a 1-0. 2 gone here at the top of the second. No score. That gets a strike call at the knees. And he'll take that for a ride up the first base line, but it goes foul. And swings and misses under that one. Got a fastball that stayed high through the zone and a little bit of ride. Gets the swing and the miss. So, remains no score here as we head bottom 2. Twins are up to bat and they'll be led off by Yadier Molina. That is in for a strike. Kind of an interesting call there. Wonder if he got it because it's coming from that opposite hand. Looks like it seemed like we saw a pitch in the previous half inning where the call did not go in the favor of the pitcher or the batter. What? Pitcher. I said it correctly, then I confused myself. So I went to read a time code and then threw myself off. So quickly in an 0-2 hole, Molina is. And he swings and misses on that one. Went kind of low inside and low. Changed that eye level a little bit. Molina can't get anything on it to stay alive. Melvin Mora. Gosh, not a good average. And it's triple zeros. .211. Not as bad as I thought, but still not great. That pitch is in for a strike. So it's 0-1. That'll be hit up the third base line. Another nice play by the third baseman. Good strong throw across the diamond to first for out number 2. That one was going to stay fair regardless, but still a nice play either way. I like the way he's playing defense. Jason Michaels has a home run on the season with 4 RBI. Batting .333 so far. What can he do here with 2 gone? I don't know about that one. That's 2 now. That one looked a little worse than the previous one. That is hit well foul. That one's outside for a ball. The lefty winds and fires. He fights that one off to the shortstop, sliding into left field, but nice strong throw, and it'll be an out. So 2 hits for Cleveland, 1 hit for Minnesota. We are scoreless through 2. Istruis, Borbin, and I missed the last name, but I can grab it. Nope, there it is. Martinez. That's who it is. It's a nice pitch on the outside. And part of the zone that was a little friendly in the bottom half of inning number 2. Scoreless here as the top of the 3rd gets underway. That is rolled over. Second baseman scoops it cleanly and fires in time for out number 1. So both these teams not looking particularly strong. The Cleveland ranks are really, I feel like they're really showing through, but the Minnesota must have ranks that are very low as well. That is not far back enough. No, the Twins look way better. They're 15, 9, 8, 9. Which is wild. So their batting is 15th, pitching 9th, defense 8th, and then overall is 9th. And then Cleveland is 29th in batting. The pitching is 28th. 29th defense, and they're overall the 28th team in the game after the fantasy draft. It is just utterly bizarre. Strike, or that pitch is in for a strike. Yet something, I guess, is clicking for Cleveland. That's fouled away. That will be launched into center field. That'll be a single. Or maybe it's just a bad matchup for Minnesota. I know their pitcher had kind of a higher ERA. And if Cleveland gets the right starting pitcher, it's a little bit of that CC Sabathia conundrum over on the Milwaukee Brewers, where it's like he's very good, but the rest of the team seems to be struggling. Not the time for Minnesota to be having a game like this, as they're 3 games back. We're talking about if they win 2 of 3, they gain a game. They just gain 1 game. We'll check on the runner at first. He's in safely. And we'll check on the runner back at first again. Safe again. Is lined into left field. They are probably going to be real aggressive, trying to get him around third. They will indeed. The throw is in. It's going to be late. It's 1-0 Cleveland. Run scoring double in the top of the third. Oh, is Flute Guy back? Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Let's go. Shout out to the Flute Guy, everybody. Carlos Gonzalez. 0 for 1. Runner in scoring position as Cleveland takes this late lead. That one will be rolled over. Second baseman picks it up, fires to first in time. That's out number 2. Runner does advance to third. That is swung on and missed for a strike. Gosh darn it. She's on her way home. You want food? I don't know what to tell you. Flub. That stays upstairs. I mean, if the Twins can get out of this, and I'm sure that I'm not going to be able to finish this sentence, if the Twins get out of this just giving up 1 run, that's a surmountable lead. We saw it for Boston in the first game. And I did get through my sentence. Almost didn't. Wow, okay. This PlayStation 2, were you listening to me? It's 2-0 now. That is hit into the air. Oh, wow. It's going to come back into fair territory. Wow. Okay. Jeez Louise. What is the wind going on here in Minnesota? Cleveland picks up 2. It'll be up to Escobar, Berkman, and Fowler if the Minnesota Twins want to keep this thing going. Let's can't even pause it at the moment. Ooh. Gets the strike call at the top of the zone. 18 miles an hour, so that actually matches the high. We had 15 earlier. We had 18 in Philly or Atlanta, one of those two. There was a ball that looked like it was going to go foul, but it stayed up in the air so long that it came back into the... I mean, like, it looked like it was going into the stands. And then it just slowly just drifted back over. You're like, oh my gosh, that's an out in fair territory? What are you doing? Congratulations to Claire Obscure, Expedition 33 Game of the Year winner. The first of many for that game. I did like the first few hours that I played back when it first launched, but I never returned. Not uncommon for me to not go back. I think it also came out like end of March, right around the start of the baseball season, so. Full count. They bring everybody on stage. Oh, that's just the orchestra. Never mind. So here we go. Full counts. The foul ball will keep the at-bat alive. Here's the 3-2. That's rolled over. I like the defensive swing there, able to at least just get a piece of it. And that's the kind of pitch to do it on. It's a curveball. It's outside. It's probably slow enough coming in that you're able to adjust to it. Got a swing and a miss on the next pitch as he puts him in the rocking chair. What game did I say? Claire Obscure Expedition 33. That is outside for a ball. I did look up how long it was to beat recently, and I don't think it's a terribly long game. But I know it's a commitment, you know? That's inside. How long to beat? $28 to 45-ish. Completion is 60 plus, but I'm not a completionist. That is in for a strike. And fouled away. Minnesota just cannot get solid contact on this ball. This pitcher is giving this lineup a lot of trouble. They're able to stay alive, but that one will go in the dirt and get away from the catcher. Doesn't matter because there's nobody on. Payoff pitch is outside for ball 4. So there's your runner on via a walk. So now you'd be looking for the game-tying blast. Dexter Fowler is the next up to bat. Fowler stands in and takes a ball outside. Good eye. That is right at the right at the letters for a strike. Now, if Fowler can get on and get the runner to second, you'd bring up the game-winning run. Is it going to be enough? It is! Oh my goodness, he completely misplayed that ball. Fowler is hot on the heels. He's going for the triple. He is going to catch the runner in front of him who will score. They didn't even throw the ball in. That is maybe the weirdest defensive play we have seen all season. An absolutely bizarre. Oh my gosh. We've seen runners, fast runners, catch slower guys before and force them to go like the next 90 feet. We've seen that a couple of times. We have not seen an outfielder misplay a ball that badly. So with one gone and a runner on third, the tying run is just 90 feet away. How has that been a strike? It might just be our angle, but it looks outside to me at least. That's the third or fourth one that he's gotten. That one's fouled away and quickly makes it 0-2. This pitch stays up and flies out of the zone. That stays outside. I thought that was going to be called strike 3. That would have been a brutal strike 3. And it'll be... Oh, they're coming home with it. Oh my God. There might not be a mechanic I hate in this game more. There is no reason for you to do that. We've seen it work twice out of like 10 or 11 tries. And you just threw away your opportunity. At least if they are forced to go to first base, like, you still have the lead runner at third. Oh, Minnesota. I don't mind like a deke to home to try to bait the throw or whatever, but just get back to third. There's no reason for you to try to initiate contact with a catcher. And you would have scored the game-tying run. If he just went back to third, it's a 2-2 game. Wow. So Minnesota now with 2 outs has the tying run on second. Winning run is at first. That's foul up the first base line. Hit well foul. Sliced into the crowd. And a swing and a miss ends the game. That is a brutal way to lose. It should be tied. We should be heading to the top of the fourth. So 2 funky games with some bizarre endings. You have the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, and you have the this Cleveland and Minnesota game that's just... It is just so... It's infuriating. I understand that it's part of the game. I got it. I get that. It is moronic to see them do that. Jorge De La Rosa picks up your player of the game. 3 innings, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts. He improves to 5-1. Brett Myers falls to 3-4, and that's kind of what I was talking about. De La Rosa with an excellent record at 5-1, 4-1 going into the game before the decision was made. And a team that's not even playing particularly well, or ranked very well, excuse me. They are getting a lot of wins. That's win number 21 for them. And it's going to be interesting because the Twins, obviously, they blow an opportunity to try to close the gap a little bit more. However, Kansas City needs a win to kind of keep pace there. So, what do we need? What do we need? Do we need anything? Oh yeah, we do. We need the Pirates. Or excuse me, the Reds pick up a win against the Pirates. That puts them 1 game back, or a game and a half, of the Pirates. For some reason I thought those teams were flipped, but it's the Reds that need the team wins there. And then we saw the Cleveland-Minnesota result, and then we can slide down to Royals-Angels. So we know what Cleveland did. They won. The Royals were tied for second with Minnesota. They're now a half game ahead of Minnesota. A win keeps pace with Cleveland in front of them. A loss slides them to 4 games back. They are taking on the Angels. Help me out here. I don't know where you are. You can't. We're not complaining. The Royals are 17-14. The Los Angeles Angels 15-17. I'm an unbiased commentator, but if I were picking a team that I would like to see win, it'd be the Royals. Helps the Mariners out. Mariners who play the Rangers. Let's get this thumbnail flipped to our 4th and final game of the day. Kansas City looks like this. It's the center fielder, Austin Jackson, leading things off. Placido Polanco. There we go. One of our more improved names. He's at third base. Mark Teixeira at first. Jeff Frazier in right. Brian McCann at catcher. Alexi Ramirez is the shortstop. Josh Willingham is your left fielder. Neil Walker at second base, and Alex Gonzalez is the designated hitter. As we check, looks like new update for their Obscure Expedition 33 is out today. Just kind of why they knew. Gavin Floyd is 1-3 with a 7.20 ERA. 6 games, 15 innings, 18, 7, and 8 walks, hits, walks, and strikeouts, excuse me. Oh, it was the one that they announced earlier. Gotcha. No, that's right, the thank you update. I forgot about that. Sold 5 million copies. So congratulations to Player Obscure and the developers. A game that people kind of thought looked like an impossible game is now a Game of the Year winner. Not only did it come out, but it was incredible in a lot of people's eyes. And man, when's the ultimate guy who maybe made a joke that he had sex with a Muppet award? Placido Polanco is coming up to bat. Placido Polanco has nothing to do with that. That's a bad transition. I apologize to Mr. Polanco, as Placido will take a ball inside. Our fourth and final game of the day. One-0 count with one away. Thanks everybody for hanging out, joining in. It's an exciting night in the world of video games. Kinda, not really. I mean, I was following the announcements a little bit. I watched the first hour and a half, and I was like, not a lot happening here, and then not a whole lot afterward either. Shortstop's going to make another play as he fires over to first in time. It's out number 2. The Royals down. The Royals going down quickly here. So Mark Teixeira, that's about what you would expect Mark Teixeira to do, but you don't anticipate the right fielder diving and missing that badly. I don't know that he was going to get to that ball either way because it was probably not the greatest route, but Teixeira, who we saw a couple of times, really hurt the Mariners from the left side of that plate. It's a nice hit to make it a runner on second. Oh, big. That's a big swing and a miss. Way under it. That pitch gets away. Usually when he goes up the third base side, it would, it's his, the runner does not advance, what I'm trying to say. That one's going to get away. Okay, I'm a little surprised, actually. It didn't get super far away. I don't think we've seen much in the way of a ball getting away up the first base side with a runner on second. But 2 pitches that get away from the catcher, not what you're looking for. It's a 2-1 count with 2 outs. Runner on second. That one misses as well. Thought maybe he'd go with like a high tight fastball or just something that didn't have as much movement that could give him some trouble. 2 pitches in the dirt and then still stayed low is an odd choice to me. The 3-1 is hit into the left center gap, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. So the runners will trade places with a 2-out RBI double. Brian McCann Batting .205, couple of home runs, 5 RBI on the season for him. That one's inside. Oh. Woo-hoo. Sounded good off the bat. Absolutely clobbered it, but just a little early. It'll be a foul ball. Makes the count 1-1. That is swung on and missed. So adjusted the timing a little bit too much there. And that'll be hit second baseman into the glove and fires over to first in time. That'll be out number 3, but 1 run scored on 2 hits for Kansas City, and we will head to the home half. Cameron Maben is in center field. Casey McGee at third. Adrian Gonzalez at first. Jim Tomei is a designated hitter. Ryan Ludwig in left. John Buck at catcher. Ben Zobrist is in right. Felipe Lopez at shortstop. And Ryan Roberts at second base. Mostly a right-handed hitting lineup, but 2 true lefties and 2 switch hitters. Luke Havicher. Havicher? I am not sure. I'm sorry. I spent all the time looking at it. He is 3-3 with a 5.0 ERA. 6 games with 18 innings pitched. 22, 4, and 11. A lot of hits given up by him. Could lead to some trouble. Cameron Maben getting things started here. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Trying to figure out dinner, which apparently is just the most impossible process on a Thursday night. Thursdays Thursdays for us are Fridays. Are our Fridays. That I just could not get out of my mouth. That's a diving attempt from the second baseman. So we're both like a little tired. We're a little extra cranky. And we desperately need the other person to take charge. And it's both of us going like, why don't you pick? And it's like, why don't you pick? Why don't you pick? Why don't you pick? Casey McGee with a runner on first will step in. A couple of home runs. He's knocked in 4. He did not go, according to the first base umpire. It looked like he went to me. It's the rare appeal down to first base. That just misses on the outside. That is up the middle. That is a surprising result, but it is the right call, as they only advance the runner to second on the single. That pitch misses inside. I said it when we were looking at the stats for this pitcher that the hits that he's given up might pose a problem, and so far I'm right. 2 batters, 2 hits, and a 1-0 count because he's not giving up a ton of walks. It's just a lot of contact. Two and 0. Here comes the pitch. It is going to be flared into left field. Left fielder able to corral it, but it will allow the run to score. And it's 3 straight hits for the Angels here in the bottom of the first. And it goes the opposite way. Jim Thome. Damn it. Okay. What can this Kansas City Royals pitcher find? Can he find anything to get some outs going? There's a strike. Right on the edge. Because the Yankees have been looking so good in the American League East, it's made the wild card spot in the Blue Jays have had that for a while. So I think there is an element of like Minnesota and Kansas City need to win to not only keep up with the Blue Jays, who lost today. That's inside for a ball. That'll be hit. That's another hit. Oh my goodness. It'll score a run. The runner was delayed in turning to go to first. So, it is batter number 5. It is 4 hits in a row. The Angels can take a large lead here, and this pitcher cannot find anything to get past these Angels hitters. And I almost didn't even get to finish that sentence before he put wood on that one. Oh my God. Of all of the pitches you should be throwing, that is not one of them. That is maybe last. Why are you throwing that pitch? You have given up 4 straight hits, and you're like, I have an idea. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. It's going to be a curveball and a slider that stays way too high in the zone. Just for fun, what if I gave them something even more hittable? It is a 1-2 count. And that is swung on and missed. So finally able to set a batter down. But it comes deep into this first inning, and runners are in scoring position. On second and third. He did not throw that pitch. Are you kidding me? The runners will advance. They're going to try at third base. He is safe. So it will now be a 3-0 game. Oh my God. This might be one of the worst pitching performances we've ever seen. That was a curveball, middle. What on earth was that pitch? Oh, we're going to get to see it again. Jeez Louise. So the Angels absolutely clobbering this pitcher. It is a 5-1 game here in the bottom of the first. There are 2 outs, which is a positive. There is a pitch on the outside for a strike. That pitch is out of the zone for a ball. The Angels couldn't even get Shohei to the playoffs. Yeah, that's going to be one of the saddest stretches of... Man, I mean, just... What do you mean Shohei Ohtani was He was an Angel at one point, and they didn't win everything all the time. Shohei Ohtani has won the World Series every single year he's not been on the Angels. Yeah. He went across town and was like, all right, now we know how to win. Let's win. That's a swing and a miss. The inning mercifully comes to an end. But the Angels score 5 on 5 hits. They even scored a run on an out just for fun. Ramirez, Willingham, and Walker coming up top 2. That pitch is inside for a ball. Let's see if Kansas City can make this interesting at all. They had 2 outs pretty quickly, and then they had back-to-back doubles that was able to get a run to score. But then pretty immediately an out. That'll be hit well out to center field, but plenty of room to work with as he doesn't even get to the warning track. You can hear the waterfall just a little bit out there. Nice little sound design touch. I like that. It's very faint in the background, just a... And they're... Oh my goodness, that was not the pitch to swing at, or just right into the ground. 1 pitch, 1 swing, out number 2. Kansas City apparently thinks it's a speed race to get back to the 2 guys who have hits on the team. Well, save us. Not if there's nobody on. 2 people can't score 4 runs. That pitch is up in the zone, or up and out, I should say. Ball number 1. It's a decent swing on it, but it is foul. That is rolled foul, but stays alive. And that one fouled off. So it's 1 and 2, 4 consecutive foul balls at this point. And, jeez Louise. Okay, well, I guess the most merciful thing that the Angels can do here is get quick outs so they can get more quick outs and end this game. But, man, with the way that they were hitting in that first inning, it's hard to... Hard to believe they're not going to continue it here. However, we don't always see explosive innings followed by explosive innings for the same team. We've seen some, I think one of the teams was, I think it was the Pirates. They had like a 2-4-2. So it's not unheard of, it's just not common. Excited for the Angels to put up like 13 here in the top of the second, or bottom of the second. Thank God they're the home team. You have to sit through an extra half inning in a game that's a blowout. That's a ball. So number 44 got rocked in the first inning, and he can't settle down here in the bottom of the second. 2-0 count quickly. Here's a pitch for a strike. A little surprised that the hitter laid off of that just because of how hittable those pitches have been from the Kansas City starter. Okay, that's a little more what I was looking for. Got under it just a little bit, and that'll fly out to right. Out number 1. So an improvement. He gave up 5 hits before they got out last time. Cameron Maybin is 1 for 1. He had a single and he came around to score. Ooh, doesn't get the call on the outside. That is in for strike 1. Ooh, that is a mistimed jump by the shortstop. Probably should have been out number 2, but instead he will be aboard with a single. Likely won't see it again. Looked like it was fairly well timed. Might not have been able to get to it regardless, but from that angle that we saw, it kind of wasn't the most absurd thing to think he might get to it. So Casey McGee will stand in. 1 on, 1 out, and a 4-run lead for the Angels. Boy, he cannot find the mechanic, and he cannot repeat it for strikes in a consistent manner. And even when he's throwing multiple pitches for strikes in a row, one of them is getting clobbered. Sorry, I didn't leave that curveball in a good enough hitting spot for you. Let me try again. Feel free to demolish this one. That'll go up the first base line, foul. And that will go to the second baseman. He fires to first. Fires back over. Or fires to second. The turn to first is in time, so the double play. That's a big defensive play for the Kansas City Royals. Keeping this game respectable at just 5-1. They give up 1 hit, but able to erase it. Last chance coming for the Kansas City Royals. It'll be led off by Alex Gonzalez. The designated hitter is only batting 200. And that is hit third base. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I appreciate it. They're bailing me out here. They're helping me out. We had a really long game in the first one, and the Royals said, don't worry. We got your back, buddy. We'll just swing at anything down 4. We won't even try to make it competitive. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out. Brutal. That is in for a strike. And that'll be lifted into left, a diving grab. That's just a nice defensive play. It's a little, I mean, it's not even... The Royals got the benefit of a missed dive in the first inning. But it is a nice play out there in left field. You're going to go like, ah, man, that's how it goes for the Royals today. But not 100% true. Placido Polanco, last chance for the Royals to keep things interesting in this one. Or to at least, I guess, maybe make things interesting. I don't know how interesting a 4-run game is in the final inning. I guess if you have bets on over-unders, it's interesting. Or spreads or whatever. That will be dumped into right field. He'll play it on a hop, and it'll be a 2-out single for Placido Polanco. Mark Teixeira was 1 for 1, or is 1 for 1. He has a double, and he came around to score. This was the part of the lineup that actually did something in the first inning. Teixeira with a 2-out double. He'll take a pitch inside for a strike. Ooh, puts a charge into this one out to right field, but not nearly enough on it, as it will be out number 3. So the Angels score 5 in the bottom of the first, and way too much for Kansas City to be able to mount a comeback, as they don't really put up much of a fight. Kind of just in general, it was a quick first 2 outs in the first inning, 2 doubles, and then nothing else. They got the 1 extra hit in the third, but this Royals team looked like it was overmatched by an Angels team that was seeing everything well. Despite committing 19 penalties, the Atlanta Falcons have stunned the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a walk-off field goal, 29-28. I forgot football was on tonight. They were wearing their creamsicles, too. Ben Zobrist was your player of the game. Gavin Floyd improves to 2-3. Luke Hovicher falls to 3-4. Zobrist with that home run. He was 1 for 1 with a 2-run blast. And I mean, he annihilated it. It was bad. Thank you for the update on the football. So the Buccaneers, really looked good early, but they have not been able to... Oh, no, Kirk Cousins? No, they didn't lose to Kirk Cousins. Oh, no. They wore the creamsicles and lost to Kirk Cousins. Oh, that's so bad. All right. Oh, I guess the Mariners game is the last one. Oh, lost 1-0, lost to Texas. We will simulate the first-year player draft. Okay, great, thank you. All right. Let's get caught up on some scores. Astros logo for some reason threw me off. Where were we? Cubs beat the Brewers 3-2. Diamondbacks over the Padres 5-4. Rockies beat the Dodgers 3-2. The Angels 5-1 winners over the Royals, and we know the Rangers won 1-0. So my little heart is broken. And that'll do it. We'll have more games for you tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. And we will get back with more action at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We'll go ahead and pop a save and save slot 8. I really need to make a backup save just in case. I think I only have this one memory card, but should make a copy of it. 3-inning backup. Gotta head out. See ya. Hey, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night. And that goes for everybody in addition to walk-off. But that like I was saying, that will do it. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time, right here on youtube.com/OnOsaurusRex with more MLB 11, the show on the PlayStation 2. Thanks for watching. Good sports. Go baseball. And we'll see you tomorrow evening. Good night, everybody.